Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from the City of Roses. So out come the Rams down for their first possession. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 and second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the bootleg. Purcell rolling to his left. And his throw is incomplete. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Here comes the Rams punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A nice little juke. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be let out by their 6-year quarterback. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Batted by the safety, but caught anyway. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes those tip balls turn out to be like a pinball. Just bounce all over the place. Everyone's got to go up and get it. In this case...
Well, we talk about tip drills for defensive players like you, but what about the offensive guys? They do any tip drills?
I think they work on it as well, oftentimes in the Hail Mary situations, because you're actually counting on a ball being tipped to give you an extra chance to catch it. They use that training well.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And he is the NFC reigning offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab it.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Farrell. Thomas brings it in. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 13-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal from the 3.
Back to throw. Farrell. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Jamar Chase
with a milestone. Career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list.
And the Lumberjacks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. And let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
On second down, Williams. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
It's complete. He finds Falk here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Allen. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Throwing to start the drive. Farrell. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Off play action. Farrell.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
When they needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown!
Justin Jefferson.
Career touchdown number 136, tying in with Marshall Faulk for 7th on the all-time list.
And the Lumberjacks have moved out in front.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards.
And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Purcell. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Off the play fake. Farrell. He's got it. Touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Lumberjacks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it was all finished off by the Jonathan Taylor touchdown catch.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field, and we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal is not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Purcell. And this one complete to Smith. And the ball is knocked out, and the defense has come up with it.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Portland football here, ready to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Here's Chase now on the jet sweep.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down, Farrell.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Farrell, and it's caught. Touchdown.
Kyle Pitts.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Lumberjacks take a 3-touchdown lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
On third down, Purcell. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 23. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a first down. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
Here's Smith to return it.
They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Purcell. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Well, this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Kayvon Thibodeau
With a big-time sack on 3rd down, it's a loss of 7. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Take it at the 37. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Operating from the gun, Farrell. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Taylor. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
To throw on 3rd down, Farrell. Over the middle, complete. It's Graves.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, They might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off, and the Ramsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They run it again with Williams. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Open man is Chase, complete.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown.
Kyle Pitts
with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Lumberjacks continue to pull away here in this first half.
Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time.
And no run back here for Moore. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. Now the Rams going to take over late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 1st and 10, Purcell. And he can't escape, and down he goes. So we've come to halftime after a
and we get it, no time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. But it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD. And now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. To throw on second down. Purcell in trouble, and he's taken down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
On 3rd down, Purcell throwing middle, and it's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth.
I think in this situation, all you want to do is make sure your guys are set up front. No one jumps, no penalties. Sometimes you don't even call cadence, just go and pick it up.
Yeah, because it's on them, and the quarterback's job's pretty easy there.
It really is. You talk about inches, just go get it.
Now a throw here to his running back.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth.
So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Operating from the gun, Farrell. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Ball start.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Looking to throw. Purcell. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's pulled in at the 32. And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. They'll start out here with a jet sweep.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Back to throw. Farrell.
Right back to Pitts again.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Oh, nice. And the ball is free. Taylor lost it.
And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Now in 10th carry, here's Williams. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. To throw on 3rd down, Purcell. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
This is taken at the 23.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he'll get this up to about the 40.
44 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters. Back now in the Rose City of Portland, Oregon. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Off play action. Farrell.
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 3 yards there on the 1st down pickup.
They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 33. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards.
First and 10, Taylor now.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there. It keeps them advancing the ball.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
And the Rams now coming out on the field.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now a give to Taylor. Dances by at the 20.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 66 yards rushing here for Taylor. He's got a 1st down.
Looking to throw. Farrell.
He'll drop this down to Taylor. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Farrell. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 8 yards out.
And the Lumberjacks continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no run back here for Moore. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. The football going back to the Rams now. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Purcell.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This offense so far on 3rd down, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to kick it away. That's taken on the 25. He juked him. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Portland's offense now about set to take over.
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we
enjoy.
share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
On 3rd down, Farrell. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Jamar Chase.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Lumberjacks have got it on cruise control.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fields this way up at the 17. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, Purcell. This is Smith with the ground.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you've mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This is caught. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
2nd and 1 from the 2.
Back to throw again. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
From the gun on third down. Purcell. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Holding. Offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, possession switches hands. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.